On April 10, 2003, someone walked out of the most heavily guarded building in Iraq with artifacts worth more than entire nations, and nobody stopped them. The National Museum of Iraq didn't fall to a crew of master thieves rappelling from skylights. It fell because the US military was 3 blocks away and nobody was watching the doors. I've read the declassified memos myself. The invasion of Baghdad was 48 hours old. Tanks were still rolling through Firdos Square. The museum staff had fled, and somewhere in that chaos, the looting began. The Iraqi National Museum wasn't just another building. For a century, it had been the vault of Mesopotamia itself. Sumerian tablets older than writing as we knew it, Babylonian cylinder seals, Neo-Assyrian sculptures that weighed more than cars, 14,000 registered artifacts, maybe more. The guards knew what they were protecting. But on April 8th, they got the order to abandon their posts. The director, Jaber Khalil Ibrahim, made a choice that haunts him to this day. He couldn't protect the collection, so he sealed the basement vaults, turned off the lights, and locked the main doors from the outside. It was 1:30 in the afternoon on April 10th. He thought the American forces would secure the building within hours. He was wrong. By nightfall, the looters arrived. Not organized crime, not a coordinated heist, just men with crowbars and knowledge of what was inside. Some were former museum employees, some were neighbors, some were thieves who'd been planning this for years, waiting for exactly this moment. The first wave smashed display cases on the ground floor. Smash, grab, run, repeat. They took the easy stuff first: portable sculptures, gold jewelry from the royal tombs, a limestone head of the Sumerian king Lagash, objects that fit in a backpack, objects with a price tag in the black market. But then something shifted. Someone got into the basement, and that's when the real crime began. The basement vaults held 5,000 years of sealed history, tablets from Nippur, inscribed bricks from Babylon, the Warka Vase, a 500-year-old alabaster masterpiece as tall as a man, as fragile as eggshell. Someone used a forklift to pry open the metal doors. The impact alone should have destroyed everything, but they were lucky, or someone knew exactly how much force the hinges could take. By April 12th, the museum was a crime scene. 48 hours of looting, 15,000 artifacts missing. The losses were staggering, but here's what most people get wrong. The worst damage wasn't what left the building. It was what got destroyed while people were looking for what to steal. Priceless tablets shattered, pedestals toppled. Centuries of context, literally the dust and arrangement that told the story, scattered. The American military didn't secure the museum until April 16th, a week too late. By then, the looters had faded into Baghdad's neighborhoods, into Syria, into the international black market. Some thieves knew exactly what they were taking. They had lists. Collectors had commissioned heists. Others were just running on adrenaline and opportunity. The chaos made it impossible to know who took what or when. What happened next was less a heist and more a desperate archaeological rescue. Within days, Interpol issued alerts. The FBI opened a task force. UNESCO mobilized. Dealers and collectors who'd been waiting for this moment suddenly found themselves under surveillance. Some pieces reappeared in London auction houses, others surfaced in New York. Some never moved at all, they just sat in someone's living room for 20 years. The recovery effort was extraordinary. Agents tracked pieces through dealer networks. Iraqi officials worked with customs. Museums around the world became informal intelligence centers. A limestone head showed up in a Geneva safe deposit box. A tablet turned up in a dealer's catalog in London. By 2009, roughly 4,000 pieces had been recovered, but 5,000 remained missing, still remain missing. The Warka Vase, that 500-year-old masterpiece, was found in a Baghdad neighborhood buried in a garden. It had been smashed. Someone had tried to split it apart, probably looking for gold inside. The restorers in Baghdad spent months gluing it back together with epoxy and prayer. Today it sits in a climate-controlled vault. It's been repaired, but you can still see the scars. Some pieces became icons of the recovery itself. A golden harp from Ur, a bronze horse, a clay tablet inscribed with one of humanity's first stories. Each one had a rescue narrative, a dealer who cooperated, a customs official who recognized it, a collector who gave it back. But each recovery was also a reminder of what was permanently lost. Context, provenance, the story of how these objects fit together. The Baghdad Museum heist was never solved as a crime. There was no mastermind to arrest, no trial, no conviction. Some pieces had clear thieves, dealers who were caught, most didn't. The looters dispersed into the city, into history. Some probably sold their haul for a few $100s and never knew what they had. Others became wealthy. The black market rarely reveals its sources. What we're left with is something more complex than a heist. It's a story about how civilization's memory gets fragmented when institutions fail, about how a week of chaos can erase centuries of knowledge, about how recovery is possible but never complete. The museum reopened in 2015. It's missing 5,000 pieces. Some archaeologists estimate those missing artifacts represent the most significant loss of cultural heritage since World War II. Today, Interpol still has alerts for the missing pieces. Customs agents still photograph suspicious artifacts. Museums still receive tips about tablets and sculptures that vanished in April 2003. The recovery continues. It will probably continue for decades, because some thefts don't end, they just become part of history itself. Subscribe, there's a new lost artifact, unsolved theft, or recovery waiting every week.